Welcome to the RSView Studio 4.0 Security Tutorial by Sean Tierney. In RSView Studio 4.0, the way we add security to a system is by first adding usernames. Let's go ahead and do that here at the bottom of the Explorer. I'll come in, and I'm going to right-click and add a few new names here. We'll add a guy named Joe. We'll go ahead and add another guy named John. And I'll give John a password of J. And then we'll go ahead and add another user named Paul. I'll give him a password of P. Okay, the next thing we want to do typically is create user groups. That way, in case Joe leaves and a new guy joins, like let's say Mac, we can just add Mac to the same group that Joe was in and not have to change any of our security settings in our project. So let's go ahead and do that now. I am going to create two groups. One group is going to be called Operators. And at this time, if I want to add people to the operator group, I can pick Joe and John. And the next group I'm going to create is going to be a supervisor group, which will have more permissions. And to this group, I will add Paul. And as you can probably see, there is already an administrator group with the administrator set up as well. Good. Now that I've created my users and groups, the next thing I want to do is give them permissions inside of RSView Studio. So I'll go to my user accounts, and again, working with version 4.0. Let me first explain this default account. That is who is logged in when nobody is logged in. So right now, I'm going to allow the default user, the person who is logged in when the project starts, to only have A-level permissions. Now these permissions, A through P, you can assign to whatever levels you want, to whatever screens you want. In this case, nothing's been set up, but I will decide right now that the default user will have A security only. Next, I'm going to go and add my groups. In this case, I'll supervisors. I'll add that, and when it imports it, I will allow supervisor B, C, and D. Now I'm going to add one more group, and this group will be my operators group. And operators in this application will only get A, B, and C security. Okay. So now I can hit close and save, and now all my security for my project is set up. Now at this point, I can put security onto screens by going to display settings. And no matter whether the button is visible to display that screen or not, if a user without the right security tries to display that screen, say I give this screen security level D, then even though the user can press the button to try to call up this screen, the screen will not come up, and a message will come up saying that the user does not have the appropriate security level. In this case, because this screen was assigned security level D, only my supervisors and my administrators would be able to open this screen. I'm going to go ahead and go to my main screen, though, which I haven't designed yet. Here, let me put a title on here. I'll call this main menu. Change the font size here, make it big. Okay, and on this main menu, I will put some objects. In this case, I'm looking for a login button, so my users can log in. Otherwise, the default user will be the only person logged in. I will also drop in a log out button. So my supervisors and administrators can log out when they're done what they're doing. We can also set an automatic log out setting here in the project setup. So I can automatically say I want whoever's logged in to log out to go back to default after X amount of minutes. Alright, I got my login, log out button. Now I may want to put in a button that goes to a particular screen that only my supervisors can go to. In this case, I'll call this the super only screen. And I will have it pull up my, in this case, just my untitled screen. And another thing I'll do here is I will put a string display on my screen. And this string display, I will have it show my system user tag. So look at my main menu. I can see who's logged in. Well, the last thing here I want to do in the security demo is show you how to hide a button that calls a screen if the person logged in doesn't have security to go to that screen. That can eliminate a lot of confusion. What I'll do is I'll click on that button, I'll go to Animation and Visibility, and the expression I will design will be a function called User Has Current Security Level. And I will put D. So right now I know that this button will only be visible when whoever's logged in has D security. And so if I were to run this project, this button would disappear unless I logged in as supervisor or administrator. That's it. Thank you for watching the RSView Studio 4.0 security tutorial. If you have any questions or would like to see additional tutorials, please leave feedback.